Pakistan's continued collaboration with its all-weather strategic partner China, including through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, generally known as CPEC, remains a key pillar of its regional connectivity agenda, contributing to shared prosperity, development, and economic integration. In parallel, Pakistan maintains a broad and constructive partnership with the European Union, encompassing political dialogue, trade, development, cooperation, and climate-related priorities, reflecting a shared commitment to stability, sustainability, and inclusive and shared growth. In Africa, Pakistan's engagement is rooted in historic ties of solidarity and shared struggles for self-determination and respect for sovereignty. Pakistan continues to advance for African perspectives to remain central in the Security Council's deliberations while supporting African-led peace and security initiatives, particularly those of the African Union and sub-regional organizations. Pakistan's peacekeepers serving under the United Nations have made and continue to make important contributions to peace and stability across the continent. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan remains supportive of initiatives aimed at strengthening multilateral cooperation, including the Global Governance Initiative, which seeks to make the global governance system more responsive to the needs and aspirations of the developing countries while addressing shared global challenges. In the Middle East, Pakistan, together with other 8 Arab and Islamic countries, remains committed to advancing the comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict in line with Security Council Resolution 2803. In pursuance of this objective, Pakistan joined the Board of Peace in January 2026 when Prime Minister of Pakistan Shehbaz Sharif formally signed the Board of Peace document, which seeks to facilitate implementation of the Gaza peace plan and support the reconstruction of Gaza in the near future. Pakistan firmly believes that sustainable peace in the Middle East requires an end to occupation and the full and faithful implementation of agreed peace initiatives leading to the establishment of a sovereign, independent, viable, and contiguous state of Palestine based on pre-1967 borders with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital, an outcome that remains essential for lasting peace and stability in the region. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's constructive engagement in recent and ongoing efforts for promoting dialogue and de-escalation in the Gulf region reflects its consistent commitment to peace and stability. Drawing on its relationship across the region, Pakistan has made efforts to reduce tensions and create space for meaningful engagement among key stakeholders. I can share with you that right from the first day, 28th of February, I was actually traveling when Iran was attacked. Pakistan was the first one to come out, and Foreign Office condemned that attack. Within hours, same day, the attacks started on the Gulf countries. We continued to make efforts, and we had no choice but to also condemn those attacks on our friendly and brotherly countries, GCC. Since that day, we have been continuously making efforts with all the stakeholders, and particularly US and Iran, to sit and negotiate between them and reach to a truce and end this conflict. As you are all aware, that eventually, after a gap of 47 years, during which the two parties never agreed to sit together and have direct dialogues, Pakistan managed and Pakistan was able, as a result of its untiring efforts led by Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and supplemented by Field Marshal Sayyid Asim Munir and the Foreign Office of Pakistan, we managed to get them to hold direct talks after 47 years in this very beautiful city of Islamabad. It was a marathon session of 21 hours, which started in the afternoon of 10th and ended early hours of 11th of April. I'm happy to say that things proceeded and progressed very, very positively, but the parties needed to go back to their capitals and the leadership for the consultation. So they left on 11th. We as facilitator and mediator tried to do a duty for the region and beyond. I think they made very good progress by 11th morning, but as I said, they had to leave and consult. What did we achieve? At least even before the negotiations started, we managed to convince for a ceasefire. So the ceasefire later on was extended, and a third extension, second extension, and a third extension. What is our objective and aim is to continue to convince both sides as an honest facilitator and mediator to negotiate and reach a peaceful settlement. This is need for the region. This is need for the globe. This is need, for the economy of the world. Whatever has happened so far, it has already dented your global GDP to a great degree. It's not me, it's the international financial institutions who are saying this thing. So, the way the prices of energy have shot up. The affordability of the common man has become fairly difficult. The supply chain has been disrupted. So, the end of this conflict is the goal and the aim. As facilitator, and I want to acknowledge all those countries, all the multilateral institutions who actually reached out to Pakistan and were kind enough to support this initiative, has expressed their willingness to assist wherever it is required. Since 28th of February, I, as Foreign Minister of Pakistan, have the pleasure of speaking to or receiving calls from 121 colleagues, my colleague foreign ministers. Between India and Pakistan you'll be amazed, my calls was around 60. It's already crossed the double of you can see the seriousness of Pakistan in making all the sincere efforts to get the two parties to reach to a truce and end this conflict, which is hitting almost everybody directly or indirectly in the region and beyond. So Excellency, I just wanted to avail this opportunity. Most of those calls are to my colleagues sitting here in the Foreign Office, to their foreign ministers or deputy prime ministers, my colleagues. And as I said, UN Secretary General, European Union Vice President, you name a country and it would be in our list. So the entire consultative process is aimed at getting this conflict over as soon as it can be done. So obviously it takes two to tango. We are doing our best and we are very hopeful that, God willing, Pakistan will succeed with the efforts, with the wishes, with the messages of all of your capitals. During this entire process, I had an opportunity. I was invited by my great friend, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, to Beijing for a day to consult on the matter. And I'm sure most of you would have seen during the one-day deliberations on this issue, conflict in the Middle East, US-Iran conflict, we managed to come up with 5 points peace initiative for the region, which actually was supported by dozens of countries over the phone, through the messages. Objective: just work for the global peace and bring back, the lost prosperity, the economic viability, the, within the reached prices of the energy, which has become almost doubled in this whole process. So Pakistan is, I would say, is discharging its duty as a member of the global community to do our best, and we greatly acknowledge, all our friendly countries who have been supporting and encouraging us to continue this effort, whether it is Central Asian states, whether it's South Asia, the West Asia, the Middle East, you name it, the Europe, Americans, everywhere. So from Australia to Canada to everywhere, we have been in touch on regular basis. So objective is common, as that this this conflict ends in a dignified manner. It should be win-win, obviously, because of the sensitivity of the matter and the responsibility as a facilitator and mediator. I regret that I cannot divulge the detail, because a facilitator and mediator is expected to be very discreet. Pakistan sincerely doing this business, and attempts for the purpose of the regional and the global security, which must be worked for by everyone who believes in these principles, which Pakistan surely does. So we are pleased to, as I said, that we are pleased to facilitate all these efforts, and we are very hopeful that the Islamabad talks, which represent an important diplomatic breakthrough, as I said, after 47 years, and it was a historic moment for us when we managed to convince them happily that they would have direct talks. We are grateful to the both countries, their desire that in these direct talks we should be present, Pakistan should be present, and we did so. So we are very glad that it reached to a very advanced level, and we still hope that it will eventually and hopefully very soon conclude. This obviously timely opportunity was carefully preserved and was built upon and worked on. As I said, that the remote partnership, mostly all of countries sitting here, their high commissioners, their ambassadors, their support means a lot to us. Concluding, I would say that Pakistan policy has consistently been guided by our commitment to peaceful resolution of disputes, dialogue and diplomacy. We have been consistently saying these things, and we are believers, and that shows why what we choose last year, the ministerial thematic subject, that was multilateralism, peaceful settlement of disputes. So that shows Pakistan resolve and Pakistan thinking. At the same time, I would reiterate that whenever our sovereignty and territorial integrity have been challenged, Pakistan has demonstrated both, alhamdulillah, resolve and capability in defending our beloved motherland under the able leadership of our armed forces of Pakistan. We remain convinced that peace cannot be achieved through coercion and unilateralism or bloc politics, but only through dialogue, mutual respect and adherence to international law and the UN Charter. Pakistan stands ready to work with all its neighbors and global partners in working for advancing the peace, stability and shared prosperity in the region and beyond.
नायब वज़ीर-ए-आज़म और वज़ीर ख़ारजा इस्हाक़ डार इस्लामाबाद में सफ़ीरों और सफ़ारत ख़ानों के एहलकारों से खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि पाकिस्तान इस वक्त भी आलमी अमन के लिए अपना भरपूर किरदार अदा कर रहा है। पाक सरज़मीन का दिफा भरपूर अंदाज से किया। भारत ने हमेशा पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ बिला जवाब जारियत की और उसे हमेशा ताकतवर जवाब दिया गया।
Pakistan aims to deepen regional cooperation across Eurasia, particularly in trade, connectivity, security, and sustainable development. Building on these engagements, Pakistan is deepening its partnership